What's up, everyone? It's your girl Roxy, and welcome back to our channel. I'm so happy that you're here with us. Today I'll be doing a story time on how I knew my husband was gonna propose to me. So if you're interested in watching this video or hearing what happened, keep on watching. So guys, I knew my husband was gonna propose to me until, okay, because he got me. The Lord was kind, because I knew, and that's on period, I knew. So backstory, when we were recording, we would always like plan our dates, right? So we'd be like, hey, this day we're gonna do this, put on the calendar. But to be honest, during this time, Namir was the one who was helping me with this whole calendar thing, because I would like triple book my day. It was so bad, and he got it too, where it was like, people would be like, hey, are you free this day? And I'm like, yeah, I'm free, let's hang out, whatever. Then someone else would be like, oh, what about this day? You guys, are you free this day too? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm free. Not thinking I already told someone, yeah, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z with them. And then Namir would come along and be like, hey, this day. And I'm like, oh yeah, actually I can't. I actually have plans that day. So one day, I think it was like before we went to our Texas trip, last year, August, he was like, hey, you've been double booking me, save this date. But guys, he was wrong for doing that, even though I get the why. He told me like 2 months in advance. 2 months. So now I'm like, if you know me, I'm very curious, and I love, like, tell me why. Why are you doing 2 months in advance? Like, what's going on? Like, what's the reason? So, and also like during this time, I was very like pressed about getting engaged, and I was like, he needs to hurry up. It's been almost a year. Like, if you know, you know. Like, actually, month 2 should have been like, hey, will you marry me? It's already like month, 8, 9? What's going on? So I was already like, yeah, he about to propose, because 2 months in advance is not like him at all. Like a week or two, sure, but 2 months? Like, what? Whew. So I already knew. So at that point, I was sold. I knew that my husband was gonna propose to me. I knew Namir was gonna be like, Roxy, will you be my wife? So we went to Texas, and we're gonna do like another story time for that, because that was a whole child. Texas was lit, but the things that happened in Texas, like, we're gonna do a story time, because the Lord, I know the Lord must have been like, this girl is she's my troubled kid, because why she gotta be so difficult, and why can't you just relax, Roxy? Breathe. It's a part of my plan already. Just chill. I know he was up there like, bruh. Because I felt that way after a while, TBH. Or a little bit. Yeah. Either way. So when we went to Texas, that was a whole thing. And then I came back, and okay, also one thing with me, I'm very big on dates. Like, if I remember a date, like, that date will stick with me forever. Like, I'm gonna always remember that date, period. So Texas happened, we came back, and at this point, I'm counting down for this date to come, October 7th. I was counting down, and I'm like, yo, it's about to go down. So I'm like telling people, I know he about to propose. You can't trick me. I'm like telling Aurelia, my bestie, he about to propose. I know you know, but please, can you make sure this happens, and that happened, and that person is there, and this person is there. Even though I already told Namir what I wanted and who I wanted to be there and all that stuff, I still was like, just make sure, kind of thing. Because I know it's going to happen on this day, right? It's going to happen on this day, right? And like, Aurelia was just like, I don't know, Roxy. And I'm like, I know you know, because I told him to tell you. So I know you know. And she was like, I don't know, Roxy. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I was a trip.
What's up, y'all? Namir here. So I wanted to clarify some things that Roxy's saying in this video. So one thing that I particularly did not care for during this whole engagement planning process, about to say wedding, was that Roxy was micromanaging through Aurelia. She was telling Aurelia, like she said, make sure there's this, make sure there's that, make sure. And you know how that was so frustrating to me, because I'm trying to make it perfect. And then as soon as I think I got a good reel on this thing and I'm working on this thing, there's another request from a Roxy through Aurelia for me to make it perfect, which to me is like an undertone saying that you don't trust me. To me, it's basically like subliminal tweeting to me, and subliminal messages, like digs at me, that you think that I was not paying attention to what you told me you wanted, which I don't think women understand for men, like the unnecessary pressure that you're adding onto me to make this the best thing that it could possibly be for the both of us. I want you to be pleased. I want it to be a joyous occasion, and it was so stressful. And for me, I feel like that compounded the stress, because she was telling Aurelia, make sure that this, and Aurelia was relaying the message to me and probably not thinking, because Roxy wanted the most perfect engagement, and I was so stressed because I wanted it to be perfect, and I felt like I was going through it, y'all. I was going through it, because the more we planned, the more we worked and executed. Shout out to the planning team. They were phenomenal. Mel, Vern, and Jesse, they were amazing. Couldn't have done this without them. And to the Lord for just giving the idea and the blueprint. But literally, every time I got a message from Aurelia, from Roxy, telling me to make sure that I include this person, or make sure that I convey the message to this person, it was so annoying to me, and it was so frustrating, because it's like, you really don't trust me to give you a dope proposal. You really don't trust me enough to give you a phenomenal engagement, because if you did, then you would back off, or you would release it into the care. You would release it into my care and trust me that I heard what you said, I heard what you wanted, I'm gonna try my best to make this list. And there were certain things that were not possible, like a few things, very small items that were not possible. Like I know one thing where she went like a sunset situation where it was the golden hour, and it wasn't possible just due to like the time of the park and everything like that we were not able to do. But the whole thing worked out phenomenally and beautifully. But I didn't care for that, because it was like a dig at me, where it's like, you don't trust me enough to do this the right way for you, which is alarming and frustrating, like crazy.
Why was a trip? I don't even know why it was a trip, but actually I do know. But either way, so that's been going on, and I was really pressed about it. And then I remember I went over to my big sis and my big bro's house, the Evans, and I was like, just telling them, like, yeah, I know it's going to be on October 7th, yada, yada, yada. I would tell people October 7th, I know the date. Actually, it wasn't just telling anyone the date, only certain people else on the date. But like, if people ask me, like, oh, do you know when? And I'd be like, yeah, I know when. Like, it's going to be on this, it's going to be within 2 months, or whatever the case may be, I would say. I was so confident. But you know what? I would be so like in my feelings if it did actually happen that day. Nevertheless. So I was like telling Charity and Bradley that, it's gonna happen on this day. I know. All those different things. So finally, it was the day before. I remember it was Friday, and a group of us were at our pastor's house for Shabbat. And like, everyone was acting normal. Like, everyone who was at the proposal was acting normal. And I'm actually proud of you guys. Thank you guys so much for acting normal, because if y'all gave me any little hint, it would have been over. It would have been over. So everyone was acting normal. I remember my friend and I, Ashley, we were at the park talking, and I was like, what you about to do tomorrow? Like, what's your plans? Like, tomorrow's Saturday. Like, what's your plan? She's like, girl, I got a birthday party or a baby shower, something like that, she said. So I was like, oh, okay. And then she said, what you about to do? I said, I think I'm hanging out with Namir, or doing something with Namir, or doing something. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, hope you have fun or whatever. I said, yeah, you too, whatever. So we kept on talking, whatever the case may be. And y'all, can I just say that Ashley was at the proposal, and she was one of my bridesmaids. Aww. She knew. But she was acting real normal. So that happened. So the day I spent the night at my pastor's house, me and Ashley, and I was supposed to get my nails done and everything. It was raining the Saturday morning, and I just actually, let me go back. Let's go back. So leading up that week of, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, my stomach was hurting. I wanted to go to the bathroom all the time. Like, my stomach was just like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Like, I'm telling Aurelia, like, my stomach hurts and like something's about to happen this week, and I'm so nervous. I don't know what's about to happen. My stomach, all those different things. And so the morning of October 7th, 2023, it was a Saturday, it was raining. I woke up really early in the morning because one, I couldn't really sleep because I was so nervous. And two, my belly, y'all, was turning up. TMI, I'm sorry, but my stomach was turning up. And I was already irritated about something, I forgot what it was. So I was about to be like, I'm not gonna get my nails done. I'm gonna just leave it alone. And Aurelia told Namir, and I forgot how it went. Someone told someone, either Aurelia told Namir or Namir told Aurelia, and someone was like, no, go get your nails done. Maybe it was Aurelia, like, hurry up, like let's go get your nails done. I forgot. Someone was like, get your nails done, kind of thing.
So what happened here was that Roxy, by this point, stressed out, worried, anxious, all the things, stomach rumbling. So what happened was the night before, she didn't want to get her nails done. She was very turned off by the idea. She was like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to get my nails done because yada, yada, yada. And then I'm trying to like lightly push her because Aurelia told me to tell her to try to see if she could get her nails done because Aurelia was supposed to take her. And so then I was trying to push her to do it. And so then she was like, ah. And so then like me and Aurelia were texting back and forth. And then like we both were trying to push Roxy to do it because Roxy wasn't going to do it. So that's really what happened. So Aurelia told me and then I told her.
So anyways, I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to get my nails done. So went downstairs and Prof was like on her phone. She said, what you about to do? Why you up so early or whatever? I said, I'm about to get my nails done and whatever. And she's like, oh, okay. She knew. She was there at the proposal, so she did good. You did good, Prof. So I went to get my nails done. They were all right. They were all of that. And then I was like, I don't know what to wear. I have nothing to wear. So I went to Ross, good old Ross, and I was like on the phone with Aurelia or like sending her pictures like, hey, which one should I wear? Came up with, found a dress, whatever, the brown dress that I wore. And then went home, was like rushing because Namir's gonna pick me up at a certain time. So so when I was done getting dressed, I sent a picture to my girls, Ashley T and Charity, and they were like, what you about to do? I said, oh, like Namir's about to pick me up. We're gonna go out to celebrate our 1 year which will be the following month or whatever. And they're like, oh, okay, have fun, whatever the case may be. Charity was there, and I think Ashley was on FaceTime. So they knew. So anyways, so that happened, and Namir came, he picked me up, and he did like this whole thing. I believe I think it's posted on their channel, so it will be in the description below for y'all to watch.
Yo, I am so geeked. So back with the vlog, like I like to say. So I'm really geeked about this right now.
But then we got to the garage. In Old Town Alexandria, because I love that area. Love Old Town Alexandria. That's like one of my favorite places. My happy place. I love that place. So we got into the parking garage and he gave me a letter. And the letter was sweet. It was a sweet letter, but then he said something like, oh, I know you're waiting for me to propose, but I promise it will happen one day. Like soon or whatever. And I'm like, dang, it's not gonna happen today. I was like, okay, all right, Roxy, get yourself together. It's okay. He said one day, just not today. It's gonna happen one day, but just not today. So I got myself together and whatever, and then we started like this whole scavenger hunt kind of thing. And that was going on. So it was so sweet. It was beautiful. Like the rain stopped. It was a beautiful sunny day, perfect weather. Did the scavenger hunt And then we got to this place. And I'm like looking at it like, oh, what's that? And he's like, oh, we're here. And it was like a beautiful picnic. Thank you, Picnic by Peace. It was such a beautiful like layout and decorations, and it was just gorgeous. I loved it. It was so romantic, dreamy. It was just, oh, man, I loved it so much. My man did great. So we sat down, we were painting and stuff like that. And then I looked behind me and I saw someone with a camera. But if you know Old Town Alexandria, people always have cameras and like taking pictures and stuff. So I didn't think anything of it. And the Lord literally blinded me because I didn't see the people. I didn't see Jay. And then he was like, oh, let's go by the bench. You know, let's go sit at the bench. I was like, okay, cool. Sat down. We were talking and taking pictures and stuff like that. And then my dad walks up and he's like, what you doing here? And I'm like, huh? I'm like, what are you doing here? And like he handed me a rose. And then all I heard was music. And I was like, oh, it's about to happen. And everyone came, music, the photographer, the videographer, like it was just like, whoa. Like my world slowed down. It was like, I know that's so dramatic. I'm so dramatic. But either way, it was just so perfect. And I loved every moment of it. So even though I knew, and he got me real good with that letter, it happened, and it was such a beautiful day. Like it was everything that I wanted. The people who I love and who I wanted to be there was there for the most part. There were a few people I feel like wasn't able to make it. My mom was on WhatsApp video watching. I think she was in Canada, so my grandma watched too, and my cousin from Canada. And the picnic was just amazing. It was so beautiful. It was a luxury, dreamy, romantic picnic. Beautiful day. Aurelia was there. LV was there. Mel came from Texas. Jessie helped and she was there. It was just so beautiful. And like if I could like go back to that moment, I would totally do it because it was just the best. So yeah, that's the story time on how I knew my husband, Mr. Branch, was gonna propose to me, and just like my point of view with the whole proposal. I'm sure I missed a lot of things, but yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. It's like the moment when it all like everything's like unfolding, it was just like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. It was so good. And my apostle was on FaceTime watching too, and it was good. And to have my dad there, that's a whole nother testimony in itself. Like, for my dad to be there, it was just like, wow, okay. Thank you, Lord. Restoration. Okay, you're restoring, you're healing. You're so kind. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share this with someone, show us some love. Follow me on Instagram at _Roxy, ROXCEE, and at Becoming the Branches. I totally forgot. I don't know why I forgot. And you can follow Namir at Namir Branch. And we love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. You guys are amazing. We love you guys so much. And if you guys would like to see more sit down videos like this, hope you guys enjoyed it. Jesus, hope you guys did. Comment, let me know. And yeah, love you guys. I'm out. Peace.